I can record. Welcome, guys, to our weekly call. Today is April 7th, and we are excited because we have a lot of great things happening in the month of April. And as we have new challenge packs that have been added into our sale pack for the month of April. And that is, they're adding on the Leandro workout with the T25. T25 used to be for 180 and 205. Now it went down to 160. So that's a perfect opportunity for people who don't have 22 minutes. They want 25 minutes to get their workout in. I've gotten a lot of questions on something like, Uniris, such and such person just wants Shakeology because they fell off, they already have 21-day fix, and all they want to do is just jump back in with Shakeology. And that's all fine and it's dandy. But if you want to get your 2 points in, go ahead and offer that person the opportunity to use the club member challenge pack. So this gives them access 90 days to the club membership. So that's the on-demand catalog of workouts that they can try for 90 days, and it comes with their Shakeology. So as opposed to just getting 1 point for the Shakeology HD, you're going to get 2 points. Something else is, if you have not gotten on the Summit waitlist, make sure you do. I know that a lot of people are starting to cancel and make those transfers, and you want to be the one at the end of that waiting list so that you can have an opportunity to join. We have Friday, tomorrow, the 8th, a live Rock the Basics workshop. It's during the day from 11 to 2. In LaGuardia Hampton Inn. If you have time available from work and you want to come and learn hands-on tools and tricks that you can put and implement into your business, come on over and join us. These little things that we do in these gatherings, they're for us to learn, and they're for us to put into practice all of these great things that can help us move forward. I want to highlight and shout out one of our newest coaches. Her name is Rosa Mendez Lopez, who has earned her ticket to Summit.
Nice.
Because she hit Success Club for 3 months in a row. Her first 3 months of being a coach, and she made it her goal to earn that ticket. So Rosa is coming with us to Summit for free for helping other people change their lives. So congratulations to Rosa for doing that. For those of you who may not know, we get rewarded for our hard work and for helping other people change their lives. And one of those rewards can be earning your ticket or your free ticket to a trip to Punta Cana. You can also earn little knickknacks. And in this month, we're working to earn ourselves a beautiful apron that is going to say Shakeology. And I'm already thinking of, like, Beachbody knows what it does, because this apron is going to be used on me for barbecues this summer, and grills and all of these things. So I can imagine myself already wearing it. If you're going to Summit and you hit Success Club 5 or 10, you have the key to enter the core. And the core is that big shop that people go into, and there's huge lines, and we have access to it firsthand. All right. So there's reasons why we want to make sure that we reach out and we are there to help and support other people who want to make changes in their lives. Remember, we can't change anybody. All we can do is work on ourselves, improve ourselves, and share what's happening inside of us with others. And that's the way we get people to join us. Okay. So I'm not going to take any more time, and I want to share with you a friend of mine. She's very close and dear to my heart, and I felt that I needed to invite her to be a guest speaker on our call because you guys need to know her. She is a very loving and giving person. I'm speaking of Cruz Garcia. Cruz Garcia is a complete stranger to me. I never met Cruz before Beachbody. She's one of those things I have gained. And I met Cruz in a challenge group because we were both in the same mission to lose weight. And she was always very supportive. She always had something nice to comment and to motivate inside of that challenge group. So Saudi, my coach, lived in Florida at the time, and Cruz lived here in New York. So there was going to be a fit club, which is where we get together to work out in one place. And Saudi hooked us up together. Saudi assigned Cruz to me that I was going to be attending this fit club, and Cruz made it a point to come and be welcoming to me. And, you know, it was just a very simple gesture. And I know you've always heard me say this to you because I've said that to her. Like, I appreciated that. She would come and give me a hug and you're okay. And you know, you feel like a stranger in front of all these people. And I remember we were doing like a Les Mills workout.
Les Mills.
And she took off her gloves and she gave them to me so that I can get the feel of that workout. And to me, that meant the world. So she stole my heart from that moment on. And I was hooked. I was like, wow, who does this? You know, in the real world, people are all about themselves. And here's this lady who doesn't know me, who's giving me her gloves so I can have the full experience of the workout. So long story short, Cruz has inspired me to step forward and to also take action into my business. She was also, her transformation picture of her losing 65 pounds also inspired me to say, if she could do it, I can do it too. We both lost weight with Shalene Extreme, and we are both Diamond Sisters from Saudi's Fearless team. So I feel like she's my sister. And she is like a person that you can learn a lot from because she does things from the heart. She is a 2-star diamond coach, and she's been doing this for 4 years, but she really, really took it seriously 2 years ago when she took it from being just a hobby, something she does after her full-time job, and into something she wants for her future. So for the rest of this, the way we're going to do it is we're going to kind of have a talk like we are friends, right? But first, Cruz, I want you to talk and to introduce yourself. And here's Team Conquer. The floor is yours.
Well, first, thank you for that lovely introduction. And thank you for having me on your call. My name is Cruz Garcia. I'm a 2-star diamond. I came into Beachbody about 4 years ago, and actually it found me. My upline Saudi, she friend requested me on Facebook. I never accept friend requests from strangers back then. Always have my things private. And I don't know why I decided, you know what, let me look at her page. I looked at her page and I was like, I said, all right, accepted her. She never messaged me or anything like that. I'm going to say maybe after I accepted her, probably 3 weeks later, I had gone back into my Facebook. I wasn't addicted to social media, none of the sort. So I went back in, and on my feed, I see this transformation. And I was like, I need to find out, what is she doing? Saudi had posted her transformation where she had lost, I believe it was like 100 pounds. And I was like, oh no, I need to find out. At this point, I was already 200 pounds and climbing. So I already had tried so many things, and I didn't have the motivation. And motivation, you know, comes from inside, but I just didn't have it. So I wanted to know, what is it that she did? So I private messaged her, and she basically said, Cruz, do you have a couple of minutes we can talk on the phone? And she got me on the phone. And from there, I became a believer. Started on Shakeology, did not start on a workout right away. She wanted me, after I was on Shakeology for about a month, she wanted me to get on a program. That program, like Unique said, is Shalene Extreme. And I went hard because the challenge group we were in, it was just simply amazing. And it was so inspiring to see so many women changing, and men, because at first the one that I was in was co-ed. before the one that I got in with Unides. So that one was interesting.
We would call the bombshell.
Bombshell, yeah, the bombshells. So we were in that group, and then Saudi opened up her own group on the side, and that's where I met Unides. I didn't start thinking about coaching until one day that Saudi had this girl take me to a fit club. So this is one of the things that I want to say, that it is so extremely important to plug into events. Because if at this point right now you're hesitant, you're on the fence, you don't know if this is for you, you're really not going to know if you don't actually get out there to the events and experience them. So that things like Super Saturday, things like fit clubs, they're so important for you, and for you to know whether, you know what, is this a place that I really belong, that I really want to be in, or this is not for me. So I think that it's important. And I found out that day when I went to that fit club, the girl that took me was very nice girl, but the girl who took me was all about luxury, like very luxurious, and those things don't attract me. But when I went into the fit club, like, she was trying to convince me, no, coaching is good because, you get this money and all this. And helping others for me has never been about the money. So for me, I used to actually help in a homeless shelter for many years, and I did it without a problem. And what inspired me to do that is just to see how I was able to talk to so many people, and they didn't have anyone, and just to sit there and listen to their stories, that made their day and that made mine. So to go out and actually help somebody, it had to be, for me, I had to feel it. It wasn't about, okay, I needed this type of money with it. Mm-hmm. So when I went to the fit club, I just got so inspired because I saw so many people just, the way that they care about you, they came up to you, they wanted to get to know you, and it was genuine. So that drew me. Then I had a talk with one of the trainers there, who was Hector. He was doing one of the workouts. When I spoke to him is when I decided that I wanted to coach, because he spoke from the heart to me. And that made a difference for me. Now, not to say that money is not a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Not until this year is that I came back and I was like, you know what? I shouldn't feel ashamed for actually wanting to earn more while helping others. And that was something that I was struggling with also for a couple of years. I kind of felt like it was wrong for me. And that basically was my mindset that I needed to change. I was limiting myself. So now I'm proud to say that, yes, I earned this much money. It has helped me tremendously with my bills, my car payments. It helps me with so many things a month. And I get to help others in return. So that means a lot.
Wow. Cruz, how you said that at the beginning, you did not, you didn't have, I guess you didn't have your Facebook public, because if someone had to request you, mm-hmm. you didn't accept them. At the time when you started, did you also have like an Instagram, or how did you connect with people?
Well, when I first started, you mean in the business, or? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was through Facebook for a little bit. But I had to grow my Facebook. Like I told you, the only people I had on my Facebook, honestly, were family. Mm-hmm. And it was family in my country, in Ecuador. So I eventually ended up opening up an Instagram. And when I opened up the Instagram, it was trial and error. Saudi did help me in the beginning. She helped me with posts, like what to do and everything. But it was trial and error for me. I grew it, little by little.
And you were not afraid to share your story?
Well, you know what? I was afraid to share my story in the beginning, because I've always been a very private person. So for me to actually put my things out there, especially the reason why I got to the point where I got to in my weight, that was hard for me. And not until I actually started sharing my story is that I saw the impact that it had on others. And when I saw that, that actually pushed me to be a little bit more open. And little by little, it's taken me a while. It's taken me a while because I'm going to tell you there's still things that I still hold on to. But little by little, I find that the people that I'm attracting right now to me, when I get to speak to them one-on-one before they even sign up and they tell me what they're going through, I'm able to use my experiences and speak to them from the heart. And that's been one of the things that that's why I've been so successful in actually.
Now, when you sprinkle your story, do you go all out there and just put all your story out there, like your whole dirty laundry?
No.
You use power words, right? Like,
yes.
I would say like just words that can give people details, right?
Yes. Yes. I don't put everything out there. Like I told you before, there's still things that I still hold on to. Probably because there's still things that I need to deal with. So I still hold on to it. But yes, I've been able to put here and there little things, but privately, when it comes to the prospects that I speak to, let's say that if it's a woman, and I'm going to just share a little bit. I grew up in a home that was filled with a lot of violence. So seeing that in my home, and that really affected everything that, who I was. So when there's a lot of women that I attract to me who have been through domestic violence, and I'm able to speak to them one-on-one, and share exactly what I've been through, what I've seen, what I've experienced. And I've been very open with them. And that's why, I'm very successful when it comes to signing them in, because they already
have that. And I think one of the things I can tell from when looking at your wall on Instagram, you use a lot of words of affirmation, words that bring back self-worth to other women. Mm-hmm. So when you read between the lines, you can understand that you are a type of woman who has to give herself love first before expecting others. And I think when we tell our stories, that's one of the struggles we feel like, oh, I don't want to put my stuff out there. But it's not about putting your whole like dirty laundry, but using words that are defining like that hardship that you went through, or maybe the way you overcame it,
Correct.
Thank you for sharing. I know that you work full time.
I do.
2 kids.
I do. They're teenagers.
So you also travel, because
I do.
I didn't know this about you, but you drive.
I do.
How on earth do you make this work?
Well, I've been with this company for, I'm going to say over 15 years, off and on. Okay.
And what is your title? What is your job title?
Right now I am an assistant manager of collections. So I'm the person who harasses when you're not paying.
When you're not paying your bills?
When you're not paying your bill. Well, when you're not paying your loans in the bank. Okay. So I'm the person that's like, hello, So, well, I'm actually really nice. So.
So you say.
No, I am. But yeah, so I live in New Jersey. I just recently moved back to Jersey, and I work in Long Island. So my commute is about now an hour and a half. It could be from an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how the Cross Bronx decides to be that morning.
Exactly.
So what I do is, when it comes to the business, because going and coming is the same thing, traveling. So what I do with the business is I wake up early. about 5:30. And I use that time first to be able to have time for myself before I even get on social media. I just need time for myself, either to pray, to listen to something inspirational. I just need something from me. Mm-hmm. Then from there, I'll get on social media. The first thing I do is, if I've already sent out an invitation, I'll go back in and see who has left their emails, and I send out all the emails at that point. I'll follow up with whoever I need to follow up. I do all of that before I leave my house. On the drive, I do PD. And rarely in the morning, I'll have a call with a prospect or anything like that. Usually on my way back, since I have an hour and a half to 2 hours, I schedule my prospect calls during that time. Okay. And then during my lunchtime, I'm also following up. I'll get inside my group. Whoever has answered the emails that I sent out, I'll respond to them. If I have any direct messages, respond to those. Anything in Messenger. Lately, I've been having problems with my Messenger, but I try to respond to that as well. But what I'm really saying is that if you really want this, even though I have this long commute, I have long hours, I make this happen one way or the other, because this is something that I'm passionate about. I have a responsibility to the women who are underneath me as well. And I'm not a person who gives up. Like, my business has fallen time and time again, and I have rebuilt time and time again without a problem. So
can you describe a little bit about what that means when your business has fallen?
Well, because, there are people that come in, coaches who come in, and they're very driven. They want to do this. But like everything, life happens. And some people know, through personal development, they know how to handle certain things. Some don't. And no matter how much you try to help them, there's so much at times that you can do for someone. Mm-hmm. And because of that, you may lose a diamond. And then of course, your status also goes down. You may lose other coaches, emerald coaches. So everything just
crumbles down.
But
how do you come back up?
I start recruiting. I never stop recruiting. Recruit. Because
that's why I call you the lady like the boss, because you hit Success Club already this month.
Yes, I did. I hit Success Club.
And we are on the 7th of the month.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And how I did that was because, first of all, this year I'm on a mission. That's the first thing.
Well, we all are.
But for me, this is something like, I finally made a decision. Okay. So it's all about a decision that you make, right? You decide that you want this, you're going to go for it, and nothing's going to stop you.
You're not going to half-ass it, because who's going to half-ass shit?
Exactly. So you go all in. You either go all in or stop. Don't do anything. Because if you're just going to have it, it's not going to make any sense. So I made a decision at the end of December that I was going to go all in. So January, I hit Success Club 19. February, Success Club 19. Last month, I stayed at 8 because I was trying to help my girls to hit Success Club. This month, I'm already at 8, and I still have people to sign up. And what I did last month is that I said, you know what? I know what my goal is for this month. I focused on that. And last month, I made it a point to talk to as many people as I could. Because you have to constantly be talking to people. Because if you're not talking to people, then you're not doing something right.
And in my head right now, you know what the question I have? Where do you find these people?
Okay, so what I started doing now is I go into my IG and I revisited all of the people who I have spoken to. So I'm following up with them through direct message. And I'm going into my IG, into the followers, and I'm going all the way to the beginning. And I found that I had so many people down there that were actually glad that I reached out to them. So now those are the people that I'm signing up right now. I started building up on my Facebook again. So every single day I'm adding between 3 to 5 on my Facebook, because I try not to overdo it on Facebook. I get a little thing with Facebook. But 3 to 5. And in the month of February, I actually signed up 5 people from Facebook.
Wow. Because you're cold friend requesting them on Facebook? How?
I am cold requesting them, yes.
Okay, so you're sending direct messages through Instagram to people who you have already spoken to in the past.
Correct.
How do you send cold invites through Facebook? Do you just pop people, or how do you find them? Do you search?
Well, what I'm doing is I go from friends of friends. I don't go through any companies or anything like that. So I go into my Facebook and I'll go and look at, let's say, someone who I've already spoken to. Then I'll check out their friends and I'll select people from their friends list. And then I'll first send them a request. I'll look through their Facebook, see what they're about. And then I'll decide whether I want to send them an invite.
What does your invite sound like to them?
It basically says, I don't know if this is for you or not, but you see, I had everything on my phone, but
I'll send it to you. I'll share it with you. You've shared it with me.
No, okay, go ahead.
No, but I mean, I know you know it by memory. I'll read it. Hold on. And we use that.
Norris, my phone, I lost everything, just in case. Yes. Everything.
Yo me muero.
Let me see.
You're like here sitting calm, cool, and collected?
No, I'm cool and collected right now because I'm on this call, but you don't know how I've been.
Oh my God. Bébete.
No, I'm not cool and collected. I'll tell you that much.
So, hold on. Because, I also had to this is my situation as well.
Mira eso, you see?
Look for it. But go ahead. I don't know if this is for you or not, but I'm hosting a group for this month, kind of like that, right?
That's it.
That one.
It says, I don't know whether this is for you or not, but I wanted to take the time to personally invite you to my support group that starts, and then I'll put the date that my support group is starting. If you need help losing weight and stop unhealthy cravings, I know I can help you with the support and motivation that you need. I will also help you reach your personal fitness goals. Send me your email to let me know if you're interested. Thank you for your time.
Awesome.
So it's something simple, but what I do, because I got into my Instagram, I send them this. It says basically, meal plan, 30-minute workouts, supports for me, 21 days are all you need, lose 10 to 15 pounds.
It's that image. We've sent it before.
Yes.
We have it in our chat.
Yeah. So that image is what I send. And if you see this, like I work my IG.
Can you talk to me about your system with IG? Because you have a system that you got it down pat. Like, talk to me how you do it. Because you form interaction and then you plop a transformation or you plop an invitation to join your challenge group and you get people right away. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I haven't been able to do that.
I don't know you, okay?
Okay, so I haven't been able to do that in the last couple of days. So if you go to my IG is like because of my phone. But usually what I do is when I know that that I need to start already with the recruiting, I've already started adding people like for the last maybe 2 to 3 days. I make it a mission to add as many people as I can on my IG. That's the first thing, okay?
Where do you add them from?
I add them from, it can be from friends of friends. It can be from, let's say, if there's a company that I'll see that interests me, you know, like a clothing company, I'll go to that. Right now, I'm doing a lot because I'm a wine lover. So I go into, you know, I'll go into like wine lover and I'll start looking to see like who, you know, I can connect with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take friends from there as well. Who else? Oh, spas. I do a lot of spas. I do nail lounge as well. That's another one. If I have my pictures, I will show you. But off the top of my head, nail lounge, spas. There is this beauty salon that I take from as well. And I'm trying to remember the name right now. Because I already have it listed on my phone. So like that, I could just go in there.
Right.
But those
so you basically go to like locations to pay, to name brands, to places that we would shop in, and then you look for people in there.
Yeah.
The question right now is, are you using Crowdfire or are you using them organically?
I used to use Profire a lot. So before, I used to plug in Profire, and in the beginning, where I used to get a lot of my people from when I first started was lounges and restaurants. I try not to go to lounges so much anymore because it's not who I'm not connecting with them like that.
They're not people that want to grow
exactly
for long term.
Exactly. So
They're a quick fix.
Exactly. So I'm not trying to.
No, you know why? Because when it's the end of the month, I'll go there.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's the beginning of the month, I'm not there.
No, exactly.
I'm building long term.
That's not exactly, because look, right now, because of the places that I'm going, I have on my team, I have a pharmaceutical rep. I have a teacher. I have 2 nurses. You know, so these are the people who I'm attracting professionals now. And that's what I want. You know, I don't want someone who's out partying every single night and, you know.
And who won't be willing to like sacrifice or interested in making a change.
Exactly. You know, so I don't want that right now for me. So then that's what I do. So I'll add for about 2 to 3 days. And it's usually, I'm going to tell you, it's usually on the weekends that I'll go hard adding. So come Monday, I'm already, anything that I post is basically targeted to, you know what, how I lost weight, my food, I'll feature Shakeology. I will put my workouts in there. So I do this Monday, I'll do it Tuesday, Wednesday comes, and in the evening, I'm already putting a transformation in there. And when I put a transformation, and I'll put tips as well. So I'll put a transformation, about an hour later, I'll put the invite. I don't put it right away. I put it like an hour later, and I put the invite, it depends, either what's that, the cartoon one?
Because you have like the cartoon lady that looks like she's the swimsuit.
The Family Guy one. That one. Mm-hmm. That one works like a charm on my page. I don't know why. Carol and I, we use it left and right.
That's your signature. I don't dare use it because I'm like, they're gonna come to me thinking I'm Cruz.
No. That one, or the lady, the one with the blue, the lady with the half-ass out.
With the half-ass.
Yeah, that one. I'll use that, and with the caption that I had given you guys before. I'll get people. And then as soon as I put that invite, I'm adding people like crazy. I'll sit there and I'll start going like this, adding. And as soon as I do that, before the end of the day, easily I'll have 10, 15 people.
Right. that are interested.
Mhm.
Now, when they respond that they're interested right on Instagram, do you start responding on Instagram or do you direct them to email?
So I was doing it through email before. Now I started doing it through direct message. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm starting to see that sometimes I lose them through email because either they're not checking it, or sometimes I have to go back to their DM and tell them, oh, just in case, I already sent out the email, check your email. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't see it. So what I do now is, as soon as they give me their email, first of all, I snap a picture of it and I delete it off my actual page.
So when they give you your email in their comment section, you delete it?
I delete it, yeah.
Why?
Well, because
I'm being devil's advocate.
I know.
I can do this with Cruz.
So the reason I do that is because you do have other, unfortunately, other coaches who will go in to try and take the customer, the prospect. So since I've already had it happen, I now delete it afterwards. But it's fine. I think that who's meant to be with you is going to be with you regardless, and who's not will move on. So, so now what I do is I direct message them. Once I direct message them, it's easier for me to keep the conversation going quicker than doing it through email. Before, I used to do phone calls, and sometimes with certain people, I will do a phone call, but I've gotten really good at closing them just without a phone call at times.
And I know you close a lot. Like I've heard you in action, and you're just like in a matter of like 10 seconds, 10 minutes, you will have a deal done. What are your biggest, like, when you have a person interested and they're gung-ho, they want to do this, and oh my God, I can't, I have to do this. What is one thing that you specifically state to them that is really just like the truth, telling them so that they can understand that this is what they need?
Well, I usually ask them, what have they done in the past? Because I need to know that. I want to know that, and I'll take it from there. And then I ask them, like, what is your health really worth to you at this point? Why wouldn't you want to take this chance? Depending on what they've told me, on the story that they've told me. Because I do ask them, I want to know, what have you done? I want to know, where is it that you struggle the most with? Is it that you're struggling with your nutrition or your fitness, and why? I asked them, what has made them come to this decision now? How ready are you? How committed do you think you're going to be now? Versus when you tried with, let's say, with Weight Watchers, with Herbalife, what changed now for you?
And then when they tell you that, you go ahead.
So when they tell me that, I'm able to basically not use it, but I'm able to say, well, you know what? Tell them back. You told me this. So why wouldn't you want to start? So at times, when I feel that someone is a little hesitant, and if I feel that I really want to work with them, that I'm like, you know what, I really, really, like, something's telling me, like, Cruz, you need to work with this person. I'm like, you know what, do you have a couple of minutes? Let's get on the phone. And as soon as we get on the phone, that's it.
Right, because you can feel like, I'm also that way. I feel that sometimes the person wants it, but they're not completely convicted. And then when they hear you on the phone and you actually share your story, because to me, it's not the weight you lose, it's actually what comes with
the weight.
And I've been a product of what has happened to my life because of the weight I have released. And it's not that I'm a stick figure. I have gained so much more. So I always go back to, I put myself in their shoes, and I think that's where we have to get comfortable in sharing our story, so that when they come to us, they already know where we were and that we're speaking from the truth, you know. If you had, I don't know, if you could rewind time and you can say, wow, I wish I would have known these 3 things when I started that I know today, what would be those 3 things?
3 things in the business, you mean?
As a new coach, as a newbie coach, like if you were just starting today, 3 things that you wish you would have, what you know now, you wish you would have known. Like, I'll tell you one that comes to mind. Like, I would always wish I would have known, like you would say, to save my shit on Google Drive, like put it on iCloud. Always back up your phone and your pictures, back it up in your iCloud Drive. Like, do that. That's one top tip.
Well, as a new coach,
and it can be like, for me, I think one of the things I can say is I wish I would have, because I started off with 2 Instagram accounts. And if I would have known what I know today, I would have just started off with 1 Instagram account.
I think one of the things that I see new coaches not do, and I think that it is so like majorly important, is personal development. As a new coach, when I first came in, I didn't do much of that. And I wish I would have done it as much as I do it now, because even on my drive going in the morning, is full with personal development. I'm always listening to something, and it has helped me actually tremendously with my business and with my relationships. So as a new coach, I think that personal development, one of the best ones I think that I've heard till now is compound effect, because it helps out with not only the business, but also your relationships. And when I first listened to Darren Hardy, I was like, okay, now I know what I've been doing wrong.
Because your life is upside down, and you think, oh my God, I'm so this way, I'm so that way. And then he puts it all in perspective, and you're like, shit.
Another thing also, when you're beginning, I think that when it comes to the business side, if you're going to do this, you have to make a decision whether you're in or you're out. In this business, you cannot do something halfway. You're either passionate about helping others, you're either passionate about, that you have that strong why, and you have to figure out that why. That's another thing. You have to figure out your why. Because if you don't know your why, when things go wrong, when your business crumbles, when anything happens in your life, you're not going to have something to fall back on. You're not going to be able to say, you know what, because of this, I cannot quit. So you need to make it a point now to start thinking about what is it that's going to keep you here when everything goes wrong. So my why is what's kept me here. Like, my upline knows I'm not going nowhere. So my why is what
thankful for that.
Yeah. So that's another thing. And like I said, you just have to either just make a decision whether you're in, and if you're in, go all the way in. Go all the way in. Don't half-ass anything in this business, because there is such a beauty about helping other people. I've loved it. When I see my girls succeed, when I see them put their transformations, it does something to me like you have no idea. And I think that alone drives me.
I love it. Personal development, compound effect, your why close by, and helping other people.
Go 10x. Go 10x.
I really do. I thank you for keeping your cool, because I know that although you're like crazy inside, you're keeping it together.
You don't
Thank
know.
you. I don't know. We have a few more minutes. If you can stay, or if anybody has any questions, we really appreciate your tips for success, because you've been doing this for quite some time. So thank you. Guys,
No, thank you for having me on your call as well. I really appreciate it. I hope anything I said helped. So
it did. And girls, if you have any questions, you can type in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves and ask Cruz. She's pretty open. They're also very talkative, Cruz.
That's okay.
This is really, really good. All righty. Okay. So if nothing else, guys, I guess it was really, really good. Lo dejaste atónito, se quedaron así.
Thank you, Cruz.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no.
Thank
Love
you.
you. I still remember that Fit Club.
I
I was
actually
so
was looking
scared.
at that picture the other day. I was like,
It's actually one of the pictures I have in my video, because it was just such an impact that event did to me. I was like, it felt like home.
that's exactly how it feels for me.
And it's something I'm like, okay, I'm in the right place. I found happy people. We were so scared that day. I remember we had to find a deli to find water, because we were like, oh my God, we're going to work out with fit people.
But you guys did so awesome. Are you crazy?
I was scared shitless. I was really scared. I'm like, all right, Onaris, thank you. We had E&E before getting there. But thank you so much.
No, thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, guys, today I think we have learned that it's all about putting your heart out there, being yourself, and staying consistent. Because in the good days and in the bad days, you've got to show up. So with that, let's all go do what we do best. Let's go be ourselves.
All right.
And have yourselves a good night, guys.